This here is a white pillar hibiscus from Proven Winners. It is its first year. It survived its first year in the ground. There was another one I put in that didn't make it. Put it in late last year. And it's supposed to be kind of a divider between the neighbor's driveway and ours because it's tall and narrow. I thought it would be a good thing to put there. And you can see here the tag at the bottom. Hibiscus white pillar, Proven Winners. Do a close up on the flowers here. There's some buds here as well. So the leaves are nice and healthy. It's got some nice buds, pretty flowers. I'd say it's about 4 feet tall in height. The only downside I would say is that it took a really long time to bloom. So all summer it didn't bloom at all. And now we're into like October 12th is today. And it's finally starting to bloom. So that's a long time to wait for a plant to put on its show. So hopefully next year it'll bloom earlier. And I'm just gonna swing back over to show another one I have here. This is another white pillar. It's a little bit harder to see because there's some cosmos here that blend into it. But I'll do a close up of the flower here. There's a bud here. And just through this cosmo foliage, another bud, and it's also supposed to be a bit of a divider. Again, it's about 4 feet. So that's the white pillar. I apologize for the brightness, but here in front of the house is a very narrow garden bed. And it is basically about a couple feet. So I used to have a rose here that was very gangly, and it was very floriferous, but it used to come out over into this pathway. So I took it out to replace it with something more narrow and something that had some height, so that would do well in this narrow garden bed. So what I ended up with was a purple pillar hibiscus from Proven Winners, and put it in last year late in the season. So this year it's its first real year in the ground, and you can see it's gotten quite tall. It's gotten all the way up to here to the bottom of the window, which rivals the roses that we had there. So that the height is not a problem. I did put some cosmos seeds around it, so it's kind of has these white flowers and purple flowers are cosmos. They're not part of the hibiscus, but you can see the hibiscus is, you know, almost 5 feet tall. It's probably over 4 feet. And the only downside I would say is that it did not bloom until October. So, you know, I was waiting all season, and it's kind of prominent area, so it's a long time to wait to get blooms, and I don't know how long they'll last because it is almost mid-October, so it's pretty short season to have blooms. Hopefully, you know, next year they'll bloom earlier, because I would rather have blooms kind of all season if possible in such a high impact area. But I'm gonna give this another year or two, because, you know, they say first they sleep, then they creep, then they leap. So give it a chance. But it is beautiful, the color, the variation in there with the lighter purple and then that dark purple inside. And there's the buds here. You can see what the buds look like. So I'll just take another look. The leaves are very healthy. No damage on those. So sometimes rose leaves do get some damage, like black spot, but These ones are looking really good. So that's an improvement over the rose. So pros and cons. And I'm just gonna go around. I'll give you a shot of the tag down there. Sometimes these buds do fall on the ground and I'm not really sure why, but that does happen. There's the purple pillar. Purple pillar. So even though I'm not happy that they didn't bloom until late in the season, until October, I'm gonna withhold judgment on this purple pillar for now, give it a chance. And I also withhold judgment on the two white pillars that I have. Because they seem like, in theory, tall, narrow plants would solve a lot of problems for a lot of people. All right, so that's my review of the purple pillar and the white pillar. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments and I'd be happy to answer. Thank you.